sometimes come to the conclusion that it's not new. It was there the whole time, but now I'm looking at it with fresh eyes. And that's why when at times when you enter into a defining moment, God steals you away from other people and puts you in a place of isolation. Come here, John the Revelator, help me preach. They thought they were doing me a disservice and an injustice. I'm threatened by Nero's chopping block, but I'm not scared. Put me on the Isle of Patmos if you would, but little do you know, isolation brings revelation. And now that I've disconnected myself from other people and I got you out of my spirit, God is about to whisper in my ear. I feel something pushing me now. Just touch your neighbor, say God's about to whisper something. He's about to tell you secrets that can't nobody else hear. He's about to give you nuggets that other folk can't understand. He's about to break codes that other folk could not decipher. He's about to release blessings that other people could not handle. Because God put you by yourself, now he's about to put more of him on the inside of you. You ought to pull out your iPhone and text your neighbor and say, neighbor, isolation brought my revelation. Say thank you for not calling me back. Say thank you for not showing up and picking me up. Say thank you for not posting on Facebook. Thank you for not inboxing me. Thank you for not tweeting me. Because you left me by myself. You forced me to get with God. Now sit down, you're going to make me nervous. A defining moment is a time of reevaluation. It's a time of mental strategizing. It's when I come to the place where God allows opportunity to have a head-on collision with preparation. You missed it, I'll rewind it. A defining moment is when opportunity has a head-on collision with preparation, and God releases you to do stuff in this season that you didn't have the authorization to do in the last season. It's not that I wasn't anointed back then, I simply wasn't authorized. It's not that I didn't have ability back then, I simply wasn't authorized. But I'm sensing in my spirit a defining moment that's getting ready to be made available, where the heavens are going to open and I see me ascending and descending, vacillating like Jacob on the ladder, and the angels in the vision where I touch heaven and heaven touches me back. Who have I come to preach to in here? Lately you've been sensing something going on. You could tell there was no ordinary time in your life, but now you've tapped into the point, and the fact of the matter that this time is very sacred. And sometimes we get to the point where we're ignorant to what God is trying to do in its fullness or totality. It brings us to a place of frustration, and the old preacher says it like this: it makes you trust God when you cannot trace God. And because we understand that the will of God will never send us, or the grace of God can never save us, sometimes God puts us in certain places where we don't understand and it does not feel good, only to unfold the defining moment in our lives. You don't have to take my word for it. The Bible is filled with those who've had defining moments. Moses had a defining moment when God told him to do something as crazy as walk to the water, hold a stick out towards the water, and expect the water to dry up. It was not only Moses but Abraham had a defining moment when God told him to leave the land of Ur. Elijah had a defining moment. He's lying by the brook, got room service by a raven, but God says, get up and go down to Zarephath, and there's a widow woman who I've commanded to sustain you. I don't have to talk about Moses. I don't have to talk about Abraham and Elijah, I can simply put your name on my paper and you could grab the mic and testify that God brought me through some stuff only for me to later on recognize